Dear learners, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome. In this video lesson, we will talk about two main topics, which are empirical formula and molecular formula. Let's take a look at its objectives. After going through this video lesson, students and learners will be able to define and differentiate between empirical formula and molecular formula. They will be able to provide and elucidate the examples related to empirical formula and molecular formula. So without further delay, let's go down to our main video lesson. Here is outline for this video lesson, in which we will cover following topics, which include what is a chemical formula, then I will discuss about the empirical formula and molecular formula, and at the end there will be summary of what we have covered in this video lesson. Then I will assign a small task for the students to practice at their home. So let's proceed further. First question is, what is chemical formula? It is very important to know that what is chemical formula, because most of the students have different concepts related to a chemical formula. So here I am going to explain it. A combination of symbols which represents the atomic composition of a substance is called chemical formula. So atomic composition, how it is made. Compounds are represented by chemical formula. So it will tell us that a compound consists of which type of elements and their atoms. It is very significant to know the chemical formula because it shows the kinds of atoms of each element in a compound. It indicates the number of atoms present. Then it also tells us the number of moles of atoms of various elements present in 1 mole of a substance. Then mass of 1 mole of a substance can be easily judged by looking at its chemical formula. So for example, we take the chemical formula of water, which is H2O. So here you can see number of hydrogen atoms are 2, while oxygen atoms it's only 1. So the actual ratio becomes 2 into 1, indicates that water contains 2 moles of hydrogen and 1 mole of oxygen. And another example is the example of carbon dioxide, CO2, where you can see number of carbon atoms it's only 1, number of oxygen atoms are 2, so ratio is 1:2, indicates that carbon dioxide contains 1 mole of carbon and 2 mole of oxygen. Now let's talk about the types of chemical formula. We have empirical formula and molecular formula. So empirical formula. The empirical formula of a compound is the chemical formula that gives the simplest whole number ratio of each element. It is very important to know the ratio because atoms consists of particular number in a compound. So for example, hydrogen peroxide H2O2, there is only 1 hydrogen atom for every oxygen atom. So simplest ratio will be 1:1. Its empirical formula will be HO. If I explain this whole empirical formula in my native language, so I will say ये कंपाउंड में मौजूद एटम्स की सादा अददी निस्बत को जाहिर करता है. एक कंपाउंड में पाए जाने वाले जितने भी एटम्स हैं वो किस तरीके से उनकी सादा अददी निस्बत बनती है, ये इसको अगर हम देखना चाहें तो एम्पिरिकल फार्मूला से बआसानी हमें समझ आ जाता है. और इसके लिए आप मैथमेटिक्स का एक सिंपल सा रूल है HCF, उसकी मदद से आप फाइंड आउट कर सकते हैं. जैसे मिसाल के तौर पर यहाँ पर H2O2 है, तो अगर इसका HCF लें तो 1:1 ही आता है. Next is molecular formula. The molecular formula gives the actual whole number ratio of atoms of each element present in a compound. Empirical formula shows the simplest whole number ratio, while the molecular formula gives us the actual whole number ratio of atoms present in a compound. Let's again take a look at hydrogen peroxide. There is actually 2 hydrogen atoms and 2 oxygen atoms. So actual ratio is 2:2 and molecular formula will be H2O2. If I say my words in native language, so I can say ये कंपाउंड के एक मॉलिक्यूल में मौजूद तमाम एलिमेंट्स की हकीकी तादाद को जाहिर करता है. तमाम एलिमेंट्स के एटम्स की हकीकी तादाद को जाहिर करता है. So you can see few examples of empirical formula and molecular formula. We have 4 compounds: hydrogen peroxide, benzene, glucose and sucrose. You can see the table showing you both the empirical formulas and molecular formulas. So you may easily compare it. But one thing that you should notice is in case of sucrose, where there is no change in empirical formula and molecular formula. The reason behind this is if you take HCF, so it doesn't matches or it can't be further simplified, and the ratio is different for each of the atom present in this particular substance.
Dear learners, let's summarize what we have learned in this video lesson. First thing first, about the empirical formula. It shows the simplest whole number ratio of atoms present in a substance, while molecular formula shows the exact whole number ratio of atoms present in a substance. And now there is a minor task for students. Look at this table below and find out the empirical formulas. Write your answers in the comment box. I hope you will be able to do that.